So that entire hump of dirt is all gonna have to be removed. The problem with that is they've already built a boulder retaining wall on the back side of this. All right, boys, new job day today. They just finished up building this house here on the lake, and we need to do final grade. So stay tuned. Got us a 24-inch catch basin, some pipe. Gonna bring some mulch, some river rock. All right, so let me walk y'all through this job, because this is where everybody in the grading game messes up. Anyone can come in here and rough grade this lot, and most anyone can put the septic system in. But the person that rough graded this lot can see there, this water just sets in all this area here, pulls up, and then it gets even higher way out there. So this house is literally setting in the lowest point here. So number one, the simplest thing is water needs to run away from the house on all sides. Well, here coming off the driveway, you got a ton of water that's going to come down there. Water's coming out of this big pipe right here from the side of the road, and it's all just sitting here, and we need to turn the water away this way. So we're gonna have to put a catch basin in up there and pipe that out all the way out over that hill there. All of your downspouts need to be put in pipe and run far away from the house. And you need to keep in mind to not be turning water to the septic system, which is over here. Shouldn't have no problem there. Although this grade is much higher than this, so I'm not real sure how that's working, but we didn't do it, so we're not looking into that. What we're doing is getting all this drainage to run away from the house, get all the gutters, collect all that water, get it all away from the house, and then put some mulch in here, because it's going to be a short-term rental and going to have traffic in and out. They don't want a bunch of mud over here. Let me walk you around the house and show you some other examples of this water that's just setting. So it's obviously, it's hard to see on a camera, but this grade comes down from the house, little pocket here, and it gets much higher right there. So that water all needs to get out and get away from this. If not, it's just gonna sit here, collect mosquitoes, stagnant water. It's gonna smell like crap. All this is real high right here, nowhere for the water to go. You can see here where all this water has just been setting. This downspout ends right here. It should have went up straight through that hill and over the other side. Same thing on all this. The per NC code, you should have 10 feet of water shed. Here, your lowest point is right here, which is less than 2 feet from the house. So all this is just still sitting on the footing. This water needs to run away all the way out into here. So you need to bring a little, we'll have to bring a little dirt up over there, build that up some, pull this dirt down away from here, run it out. Again, we'll cut in a little ditch there so the water can run out through this hole here. So this is where a lot of guys who are in the grading business struggle, is with the proper drainage, making sure water is going to go where it needs to go the first time that they're here on the job, and not, you know, after multiple callbacks and fixing stuff, because that's going to be at either your expense or the customer's expense, and no one should have to do that. It should be done right the first time. So I'll walk you guys through this as we go, show you what we're doing. It seems really simple, and it is really simple, but for some reason this is the #1 thing that we're having to fix on people's jobs. Back on this new construction build on Lake James, y'all seen a video or two ago, we took this job over from another contractor for whatever reason. We did some HVAC work in the basement, excavated for all that. We've backfilled here. When we first got here, I went over the plans with the contractor, and you know, some things just didn't look right. I didn't start pulling a tape measure or anything, but some things were off for sure, and we just went ahead and kept moving forward with the contractor's supervision, and we're pretty close to final grade now. And so I started pulling the tape on some stuff the other day and realized that there's some big problems. Obviously, when the first contractor came, they didn't look at a plan or got some measurements off or something. I'm trying to explain this to you guys before I walk down there, because there's generators and air compressors, the framing crew's in there now, and you won't be able to hear me well, but I'll show you in a minute when I get down there. They have kind of centered the driveway with a large retaining wall that's going to be going right through the middle of what's now a parking pad. So let me turn this around for you. Coming down this driveway, you can see where the house is at. Let me get down here. No decisions can be made on this job site without the property owner, who lives a couple hours away, the contractor, who fortunately lives about 45 minutes from here, and the architect, who lives across the country. We're all four meeting here this morning to go over this, for them to try to make a decision on what to do. The architect flew in today from, I think he's in Montana, flew in to Charlotte, rented an electric vehicle for whatever reason, and realized he would not be able to drive from Charlotte to this job site on Lake James and get back to Charlotte with the mileage in the electric vehicle. So supposed to be meeting in about 10 minutes, and the contractor just had to leave to go pick him up at the halfway point of his mileage. So if I was a contractor, I'd really be freaking out by now. But anyways, I'll stand up here and try to explain this to you guys real quick. So about right here to the corner of that garage, there would be a large retaining wall. Well, the problem with that is the driveway is on this side of it. The driveway should go down on this side of the retaining wall. So that entire hump of dirt is all gonna have to be removed. The problem with that is they've already built a boulder retaining wall on the back side of this. So y'all might not be able to hear me when I get down over this compressor and stuff, but basically from the corner of the eave of that garage right straight through here is a large retaining wall. So you don't have but 4 feet right here to the end of the driveway. There's this big boulder wall, which they've spent way too many hours on stacking because the homeowner is extremely particular and has to be here for every rock that's stacked. Anyway, that's all gonna have to be backed up now, and that whole corner is gonna have to be shaved off, this whole driveway moved over, because the retaining wall can't really move that way because you got to have 10 foot of positive drainage in front of the furthest point of the foundation. So y'all stay tuned. I will let you know what happens after everybody finally gets here this morning. So if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago we came in and troughed out a bunch of duct work where the slab is at now. So what they've got is in slab duct for the HVAC down here. What do y'all think about that? Kind of crazy. I think there's no way you can ever maintain it. Pretty sweet view out here on the lake though.